Hi, Virgo. This is your February monthly reading for Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and this will not resonate for every single Virgo out there. All right, you guys, let's get started here. Let's see what's happening for the month of February for Virgos. Sun, Moon, and Rising. So we have the Ace of Cups, the Page of Wands. We have the Hermit, Page of Swords, Empress, Eight of Cups, Death and Rebirth, Temperance. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Star card. All right, so Virgo, for the month of February, what I'm seeing for a lot of you guys already is this is what's kind of seeming like a frustration for some of you guys. Is some of you guys maybe know what it is that you want to do, or you have this inkling inside of you, Virgo, that tells you, I think that I would like to open up this jewelry shop or do this or do that, right? Whatever this is. And you guys maybe have thought about it, but then there's a part of you that is almost afraid to go deep within, to really ask the questions. Like, is this really something that I know I'm going to want to do? How am I going to get to where I want to be? And it feels like you guys become overwhelmed with what it is that it would require of you in order to create this goal or in order to somehow obtain whatever this is that you want. And then I feel like what's difficult for you is you get it in your mind that there's like you think about all the stuff that you have to do. And it worries you because it feels like you have a lot on your plate. Like almost like Virgo, you're trying to juggle too many things at once, or you have a really hard time asking other people for help. Maybe you do too much, and instead of asking somebody to help you with a simple task, you think, no, I can just do it. But this person might be willing and open to helping you with this task, but you like it done a specific way, so you don't let anybody else do it. But instead, that would really have helped you to relax or given you a little bit more time to do something different or to complete a different task. So really look at your schedule, Virgo, and really see, am I doing too much? Am I stressing myself out too much? And why am I stressing myself out? Because I'm getting the sense that you feel like, because with that Eight of Pentacles, I'm not getting that you're lazy. I'm getting that you feel so burnt out that you just don't seem to either have the energy to do the goals that you want to do, or you feel like you don't have the time. Like you come up with a million excuses to why you can't do a specific thing. And I think it's just out of the fact of fear or the fact of needing to level up, because you know that whatever this is or whatever it is that you want to obtain here, Virgo, it's going to require more from you. And that's what scares you, is because you're so afraid of that ending. You're so afraid of that rebirth cycle. You're afraid of what's ending to become something new. So what's happening for a lot of you guys is I feel like you're needing to learn to balance out the sense of what's important, what's not important. That's what I'm getting with this Temperance card. What should I be putting my energy into, and what should I not be putting my energy into? Because we have the same amount of time that everybody else does, and yet there are some people that seem to be able to utilize their time more efficiently. And we wonder to ourselves, how can these people be like that? Well, it's because they train what's important, what is not important. Is drama important in my life? If not, that's a big waste of my energy. Is putting up with other people's criticism a good portion of my time? If not, why am I there? How can I cut back on keeping myself stuck by doing other things that don't serve me, by putting my time, my thoughts, my energy into things that are not giving me back. It's not plenishing back to me. I think a lot of you guys are stressing and worrying about things that cannot or will not really change or manifest, because I feel like you guys want to heal. You want to let go of certain burdens, but some of the things that you think that you need to let go of or that you need to heal is really just something that you need to accept. Maybe you just need to accept that you have too much on your plate. Maybe you need to accept that you're struggling. Just accepting where you're at is the first step to healing. Is acknowledging and accepting it. I think a lot of you guys want to heal through heartbreak, because some of the things that has frustrated you guys was whatever has happened in your life has set you guys back, not only financially, but also just your insecurities started to grow here, Virgo, because whatever happened in your past, it has crippled your confidence. It has crippled your self-worth. And it's almost like whatever you're afraid to accomplish, it's like you're using excuses or you're pushing yourself back as a crutch to protect yourself, because you're so afraid of what's going to happen to you. You're so afraid of disappointing others or not getting to your goals or your dreams. Like, you're too serious and you're not really relaxing. You're not enjoying your time. Some of you guys have a image in your mind where you need to be, where your life should look like in 5 years, and you don't even think you're anywhere near your goal, or you're not anywhere near where you think you should be. And you're where you need to be. Everything happens for a reason. We're where we are because there's still lessons, there's still things that we need to see, there's things that we need to learn to let go of in order to heal. And sometimes I think that that's kind of like what's kind of happening here is you need to learn to surrender and know that no matter what happens, you guys are going to be okay. You're going to be fulfilled the way that you need to be fulfilled. And I'm really getting here that you're really letting your mind take over, Virgo. You're really holding on to past disappointments, past pain. And then you're self-projecting that out into the world. So you meet somebody else or you do something else and you're afraid that this person, or it's almost like you're afraid of the repeating. See, and right when I said that there's 2 6s, it's like you're afraid of something repeating itself. But you keep yourself small. You don't feel happy and fulfilled emotionally because you're holding on to things. You're holding on to the past pain and believing that you are not enough. But that's like a lie that you tell yourself. You're stuck on you're stuck on a loop mentally where you keep telling yourself, oh, I need to do better. I should be doing better. This needs to be happening. That needs to happen. And you set goals for yourself, Virgo, and you try to strive to achieve those goals. But if you fall a little bit short, you beat yourself up. You never seem to rise to where your standards are. And other people around you feel the same way. Like they just can't seem to meet your standards or your expectations. And so I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're just always in this state of, I need to heal, I need to grow, I need to be better, I have to be better than I was yesterday. And so you just keep pushing yourself, but you don't ever give yourself that break to really relax. And I think that that's what's happening for some of you guys, is you need to step back and say to yourself, why do I feel like I'm never enough? And every time I go into a situation, I always try to either fix the situation, I always try to heal or go inside myself. It's like you're always trying to either nitpick yourself or other people, or you're always trying to see where the lesson is all the time. Like, you're always being so serious. You're always putting in too much work, and it's like you never seem to reap the rewards or the benefits, because it's like you're always working, but you're never really seeing things come to you, and it kind of frustrates you guys. But the reason that I think that's happening is because it's like you need to, first off, let the universe catch up to whatever it is that you're trying to bring in, but also you need to learn to have those moments of silence, have those moments of doing absolutely nothing. Like, for the month of February here, Virgo, do absolutely nothing for a day or two. Just allow yourself to really relax. And for some of you guys, maybe you're saying to yourselves, well, that's all I do. I do nothing. But yet you sit there and you stress and you worry when you do nothing. And you're always putting yourself down, so you never have the motivation or the will drive or the power to push yourselves forward, to push yourselves to keep going. You keep stifling your growth because you don't know how to unwind, if we can be honest. Like, I think some of my Virgos have a hard time truly actually not doing anything. I used to think that I wasn't doing anything, like, oh yeah, I've had relaxed time, but I really wasn't relaxing. I really wasn't in the moment. I was still worried about things. I still let my mind wander. I still just never gave myself a second to say to my body, to my nervous system, hey, it's okay to relax for a minute. I'm just going to focus on my breath, and I'm just going to lay down and do absolutely nothing for 2 hours and be okay with that and not guilt myself for that. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, that's something you have to learn to do, is it's to learn to basically not guilt trip yourself, but to also let go. Like, you need to learn to let go of what you believe you need to be doing, what you should be doing. Anytime you say, oh, I should be doing this, stop yourself, Virgo, and then ask yourself, why do I think I have to do this? Why do I believe I should do this? Is this going to be my highest good? Why am I doing some of the things that I'm doing? Because sometimes we think we need to be doing something when really in reality it's just either filling up our time, or it's not really serving us, or if it is serving us, we come at it from a sense of obligation instead of a sense of enjoyment or knowing that you're going to enjoy it. So it's like you come at it with, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta make dinner, I gotta do that, and it's like frustrating. But you need to learn to find a way to enjoy the things that you do. Find a way to be more in the present moment, or allowing yourself to be more willing to pull back, to hold yourself back from complaining so much to yourself or to others. Catch yourself when you have negative thoughts, because those negative thoughts, I feel like, is what's keeping you guys also feeling like you can't really have the drive, because you tell yourself that you're not good enough, or whatever it is that you're working on, Virgo, isn't good enough. And you really need to remind yourself that you are worthy of love, even if you don't get the end result that you want, or even if you're working towards something and you feel like it's not working out the way you want it to, or again, maybe you're just not seeing anything come of it. Just having trust and faith that you're going to know what's best for you in the long run. I feel like a lot of you guys have tried to ask the universe or pray to God for help, but I feel like your issue is you guys learn to become complacent where you are. And I think maybe for a lot of my Virgos, you guys have become complacent where you are this for so long that you don't know how to really create anymore. You don't really know how to tap into that part of yourself, because a lot of you guys probably just really isolate yourself because of what's happening. But I'm also sensing that you isolate yourself from your loved ones when we feel like a sense of not having purpose, or when we feel like we can't reach that purpose. We start to put ourselves down. We start to isolate ourselves from everyone else around us. But you're having to learn to have faith that whatever this is that you're wanting to create, that you have what it takes to create it. You have what it takes because you are yourself a creator. And so I think that for a lot of you guys, you're having to find who you really are, and you're having to also really evaluate, what is my goals? How can I get there, and how can I be practical, but also how can I be flexible? How can I change my strategies when things come towards me? Because instead of sitting down and saying, well, I have a problem and now I can't fix it, we need to focus on the solution. We need to focus on like letting those things go. So for a lot of you guys, you keep seeming like you're having a hard time creating or bringing whatever this is that you want into the universe, but you're doing it because you are in a sense creating the stagnancy, because somewhere deep inside, Virgo, you have this belief, which for some of you guys, this is a generational thing that you have, which is you have to work hard for money, or you have to work hard to achieve certain goals. Things can't come easy. And now you need to learn that, maybe things can come easy. Maybe I don't have to work as hard. Maybe I can be playful and still make money. Maybe I can enjoy my time and still be productive. Maybe I can laugh at myself and not take the world so seriously and be still responsible and still be able to keep myself from sinking, right? We can go through life and enjoy ourselves without always having to stress, without always having to worry. And I want a lot of you guys to let me know in the comment section or whatever if you guys are experiencing that. Like growing up, you were taught to worry, right? We're taught to worry. I knew my mom was always like that. It's like, for some reason, it's in our minds now that like if we worry just long enough or worry so much that this isn't going to happen, or this isn't, like, it's almost like in our heads we think that if we worry, somehow it's going to change the outcome. So you have to learn to let things go, because I feel like for a lot of you guys, that's kind of what is going on, is you have this sense of worry about things that you maybe can't control, and it's like that's something that could have been passed down from generation to generation, is a sense of always being on edge, always worrying about the next threat, right? We have time to go, buy the book, and no place like home. So a lot of you guys right now, you know that it's time for you to move forward. It's time for you to move past whatever you feel stuck in. But you're wanting to do things by the book, and the universe is telling you, no, it's time for you to break the rules, or break whatever it is that you believe that needs to come of this, or believe that how you're going to achieve this. Sagittarius had a similar reading. I feel like a lot of you guys need to learn to become more flexible, see things a little differently, and instead of worrying about the specific outcome, think about what is the best outcome that could happen for me. Oh, I'm feel like I can't accomplish this goal. Okay, how can I turn this into a positive thing? I feel like I can't accomplish this goal because I need to have more trust in myself. So where in my life can I have more trust in myself? Because everything is interconnected. Our health is connected to our work. Our work is connected to our love life. Our love life is connected to our family life. It all goes together. Everything connects back into a big circle. So you're needing to learn that you can't just hold on to a way a way you view things or the way you see stuff, and then say, okay, that's reality now. That's what I need to do. We can't go off of somebody else's reality. We have to go off of our own. We have to understand that everybody views things differently, and what works best for you is not going to work for others. And we can't stop relying on other people's input when we know that we're not even accepting our own. So a lot of you guys need to learn to basically be your own drummer, beat to your own drum. Learn to go off of beat with everyone else. Learn to be different. Learn to stand out. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to stop holding yourself back by making lame excuses for why you can't go after something that you're passionate about. Because you're afraid of failing is not a good reason to hold yourself back, because eventually, like, we learn to regret things, that we regret the stuff that we don't take, the chances that we don't take. And we always oftentimes get left with what could have been or what should have happened. And we need to learn to let things go and just go with what we feel is best for us, right? And with that, no place like home. I feel like a lot of you guys, you're searching for a piece of yourself inside of other people. You're searching for a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost. It's like you lost a sense of who you are. And that's what's happening is in this journey, whether you realize it or not, Virgo, the universe is helping, guiding you back to yourself, guiding you back to who you are. And all of these little lessons, all of these pitfalls, everything that's happening, I feel like you guys are stunting your manifestation, you're stunting your growth. It's all serving a purpose for you guys to reach where you need to go. So just trust yourselves. Know that you can do whatever it is that you set your mind to, but also know that it's okay to take lazy days. It's okay to have the time to really mourn things that maybe you could have lost. I'm really sensing for a lot of you guys, you're so focusing on what you want to create, but you're just ignoring the parts of yourself that needs that time to balance themselves, like balance yourself out. Because with that Temperance card, I feel like a lot of you guys, you're stagnant, you're not moving forward because you feel so stuck, because you're stuck between what you should do and what you want to do. You're stuck between being responsible and wanting to be irresponsible. It feels like you guys are really battling a part of yourself because there's a part of you that's not agreeing with the other part of you. And you're needing to learn to find a way that you both can win in that situation, right? So like, say a part of you is like, I want to be motivated to open up my business, and another part of you is like, oh, but that's so scary, and what if we fail? And you come up with all these reasons to why you can't, and then that other part of you gets angry with that part of you because you know that you could do a great job with this business, that you can make something of it, but that fear is keeping you back. Instead, you need to open up to that part of yourself and say, okay, there's no such thing as self-sabotage, but only it's like your mind is trying to keep you safe. So it thinks that it's being productive. It thinks that it's being helpful by remembering past mistakes and past disappointments and then bringing that up and saying, look, Virgo, see, it didn't work out last time, so we shouldn't do that. And that part of you is trying to not budge because it wants to protect itself because of past disappointments. But that's a form of self-love. So learning to realize that instead of being harsh to yourself and being mean to the part of you that is disagreeing or the part of you that isn't seeming to fall into line and how you want to be, you need to really reevaluate and say, you know what? I love all of me, even the parts of me that holds me back, because I know that the part of me that's holding me back is doing it because it thinks that it's protecting me, because it wants to protect me and love me. And so you need to learn to appreciate that side of you, but also find a way to compromise to where you feel like you can win in both parts of you. Yes, I want to be really productive and be really good. How can I get to that point? So I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of in that state of, you're going to be moving forward. You're really going to be pushing yourselves to let go of things that you know isn't serving you. But you have to do it in a way that is also respecting all of you. And I feel like I have to say, like, learn to respect yourself, Virgo. And learn to respect all parts of you, even the parts of you that you feel like are not worthy of love and respect. That's where you need to get the most love and attention to. Oh my goodness. Some of you guys could be a Sagittarius, because Sagittarius got 2 of these cards. But we have, so Sagittarius had these 2 cards, grounded and outrageous openness. cards. So outrageous openness. Dear love, open me to your will. Release me from the attachment, surprise, and delight with your plan. You know what is needed, and I am open to receive. Especially with that prayer, it's like, I feel like a lot of you guys have asked the universe for this goal or asked the universe to manifest whatever this is that you want. And I feel like it's telling you it is, but you just have to release and surrender to what it is that's coming in for you. And you have to be open to receive it. We also have companionship. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. So I feel like a lot of you guys, being grounded, being present in the moment with those you love, because that's what I'm really getting with that isolation. Some of you guys have been really isolating yourselves from others, maybe being more avoidant or just not being as open. You know, I feel like people around you would really appreciate it when you start to give your time and attention into those that really matter in your life. We also have many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks living with joy, dignity, and courage. So learning to stand your ground, learning to set boundaries, learning to be, you know, this is my reality. And that's what I'm getting for a lot of you guys, is learning to say this is my reality and nobody else can define my reality. Really kind of helps ground you and center you into where you are at. So if you believe that, you know, because you could be around people and people might not believe in, so this is some random. So like, say an example, like you're in astrology, right? People around you might be like dissing you for believing in astrology or tarot, but you can say to yourself, okay, well, this is my reality and somebody else can have their reality and I can accept their reality without making it something to do with me. Without having to use what this person's belief is doesn't define me. It doesn't define my character. Even if this person thinks that this is stupid, that doesn't make me stupid for believing in it or for wanting to do that. So that's kind of what your lesson is and what you're working through for the month of February. Really just realizing, Virgo, that you have what it takes to really ground yourself and to really be able to say, this is who I am and I can accept who I am without having to have other people validate that. So that's what I have for my Virgos. Hopefully this resonates for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.